Hi everybody, welcome to Line of the Week number 157, Motif Development Using Melodic Rhythms. It's time again to take another rhythm, add notes to it, and then improvise with it over tunes. This is called Motif Development. This week the motif is the idea of 3 consecutive eighth notes. Before I get to the line of the week, and so we're all on the same page, here are the chords to the progression. The chords are D minor 7 flat 5 to F minor 7 to G flat diminished, to G minor 7, to C minor 7, F7, B flat major 7 for 2 measures. In addition to standard notation, tab, chords, and chord scales, I also include hammer-ons, pull-offs, left-hand fingering, and right-hand fingering. I include the left-hand fingering, which I modified from Tim Miller's 2-1-2 approach. I include the right-hand fingering in case you're interested in the fingerstyle approach I use. Here are the chord scales I'm using for this week's line. I use the notes from the chord scales for 2 things. First, as a source of notes for improvising, and secondly, to determine tensions to use for comping. The chord scales are F melodic minor to E flat major to G flat whole half to B flat pentatonic to B flat major to G flat melodic minor to F pentatonic for 2 measures. Here's the basic idea of 3 consecutive eighth notes, rhythmically displaced in such a manner that it starts an eighth note rest later each time, like this. Here's the line of the week with Guitar Pro backing I use to make sure I'm getting the notes and the rhythm accurate. So let's look specifically at the line of the week. In measure 1, you've got the original motif, meaning 3 consecutive eighth notes. Measure 2, variation of the original motif. In measure 3, you've got the 3-note motif repeated twice in one measure. In measure 4, you've got new material you could call an extension of the repeated motif in measure 3. In measure 5, you've got a variation. Measure 6, variation. Measure 7, variation. Measure 8, variation with an eighth note extension at the end of measure 7. Also, take a look at the first notes in measure 5, 6, and 7, the G, G flat, and F circled in red. These notes descend by half step, giving the line a certain continuity. So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.